What's going on, guys? It's Mr. DEBT Joe Lorick from the Money Etiquette Group here with another IPO video for you. And today we're talking about Warner Music Group. I'm sure you're familiar with the company, or if you're not familiar with the company, you have to be familiar with their artists. We're talking about a music company that has some of the biggest artists in the world on their roster. We're talking about Lizzo, Cardi B, Bruno Mars, Migos. I mean, it's on and on in terms of their list. Ed Sheeran. I mean, they have so many big time artists on their label that I'm sure, again, you've listened to their music, you've consumed some of their music, but again, this is about investment. So we want to understand and we want to know, is this a company worth investing in now that we know they filed with the SEC to go public? So here's what we know about Warner Music Group for now. In the first quarter of 2019-2020, I'm talking about their fiscal quarter, the company brought in $1.25 billion, which is a 16-year high. Again, $1.25 billion. So they're bringing in a lot of money, okay, a 16-year high. Off of that, they made maybe $122 million. So again, their net income, what they were able to make in profits was $122 million. That does, of course, mean they have a lot of debt. You always want to be in the black compared to the red, but it does mean that it's quite expensive to run a music company. Being that that number is so high for them in terms of revenue, you will wonder, why aren't the profits as large? But I guess that goes hand in hand. You can bring in more money, but you have to sign bigger artists, and it costs a lot of money. So we'll see where that goes. And if you're not familiar with their history, the reason they're going public now, this company was purchased back in 2011 by Access Industries for $3.3 billion. And if you look at the company's history and you look at what revenues they brought in, if they, for what they revealed to us, this is a company I can understand when the numbers are so high, a 16-year high. I could see why now would be the time to go public, especially if you're paying attention to the music industry and how difficult it will become and continue to be to put out music and have people pay for it versus downloading it for free illegally. We know that's a big thing. It's been going on since Napster. It's only grown. However, people do consume music in different ways, and it seems like people pay in different ways because you have advertising money coming through with free streaming. So with the streaming wars going on, with the change in the industry, the company is going public. They see that, of course, they probably need more money. That's what we're assuming. We don't know what it is, but I'm assuming they need more money because they want to have better margins when it comes to their profits. And ultimately, it's going to take a lot to pay big artists to make more money. And you want to make sure that you make as much money as possible before a downshift takes place in the music industry. But that also brings me to my next point. Is the music industry worth investing in right now in 2020? The numbers look good for Warner Music Group. Again, they have huge artists. I don't see them necessarily falling out of the big three in the next year or so, or the next 5 or 10 years. But it's going to be a really competitive market space when we're talking about downloads and streams and getting paid for such. We know that the film industry is doing great, and that's going to continue to expand. But the music industry itself, we have to see how it kind of builds itself to continue to make more money over and over and over again. We will always love music, so I'm not denying that we're not going to consume music, but at what price, we'll have to see. So some people I've talked to privately about this, they say that they're not going to invest in the music industry. They think it's a bad buy. And if the price point comes up more than, let's say, $20 to $50, if it's like 60 or 70, they're like, hell no. But if it's lower, maybe $15, $16, they're like, maybe I consider it, because that leaves room for growth in terms of profitability. But again, guys, we'll see. I want to know what you feel about investing in this company. I'm sure you've consumed some of their music because, again, with Ed Sheeran, Lizzo, with such big stars, Migos, Cardi B, we're talking about the stars that put out the most top 10 hits in the last, 3 or 5 years, or even in the last 2 to 4 years. So we'll see how they do going forward, but I want to know if you feel like it's worth investing in. I'm looking forward to seeing more of their revenue and expenses information come out. The closer we get to an IPO release date, we should get more information. We should know exactly how much money the company's been bringing in year over year. We should know exactly what their expenses look like. We should see the price point in terms of how much they're going to charge per share and what their ticker symbol is going to be. I don't have that as of today, but I will be following this. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on your notifications, because I want you to be aware as soon as the stock becomes available that it's available, so you can have the opportunity to purchase or maybe you'll reject. But I will say it's at least worth investing or investigating to see if you want to invest. I don't think you should ignore this. This is a big time organization, a big time company, a $1 billion company. Again, in one quarter, they brought in $1.25 billion. So we're talking about potentially, if they stayed at that pace, a $5 billion year type of company. And to me, that's worth at least taking a look and possibly investing, especially while they're in the black. We'll see where it goes. Tell me what you think in the comment section. I appreciate your feedback. I will be releasing more IPO videos soon. This is a short one. I wanted to get straight to the point so you can know and be very aware that Warner Music Group will be releasing their IPO within the next 30 to 60, maybe even 90 days. We'll see when that happens. Until then, guys, have a good one.